What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Spider S&P Regional Banking ETF with the ticker symbol KRE. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So here we have the daily chart for KRE, and let's go over the past price action first. So it looks like there was this downtrend that started from the 78.64 level. That stopped right around the 56.16 level. It went sideways, and then it looks like it formed the second leg down. So I'll show you guys that right now. So there's one leg right here, and this was the second leg right over here. And you can see that the measure move was exceeded, but sometimes this level will probably come back into play. So I'll mark it with a horizontal line. So prices basically broke outside of this ranging pattern in the past. It was just going sideways here. You can see there was some bearish imbalance because of how weak the bounces were off this level. So you can see this level, prices bounced off the 56.87 level. It took prices to the 68.69 level, came back down, made a lower high, came back to the same level at the 56 level, and then it came up to the 64. So it's another lower high. So it's showing sign of weakness, and eventually just broke down lower because the prevailing trend was also down. So basically, you know, price is now a little overextended, so we could see a pullback. And also it did recently break outside of this ranging pattern right over here. So this is the previous recent ranging pattern. We can go ahead and draw the highs maybe right over here, probably right over here. We can leave the highs right over here. Since we just broke outside of this range, we could come back and test the lows. That's what it looks like prices are currently doing. So there's a good chance of seeing the 41.42 level being hit, and possibly even back inside this range at the 45 level. So that's what it looks like prices are attempting to do. It looks like shorts are currently a little trapped because they thought this channel was in play right over here. If I connect the swings, this is fitting pretty good. Let me go and draw this right over here. So it looks like this is a valid downtrend channel, and prices just hit the resistance, so it would have sent prices down, especially after this two legs back. So those one leg back right over here, down, two legs back at the EMA at a key resistance, but it looks like it's failing because of the breakout of the range. And also prices isn't really moving in this shallow downtrend. It looks like there was just a sharp drop down sideways, and then another drop down that looks like it's coming back up inside this ranging pattern. And also there is this short-term trend line in play. You can see all the price bars are still currently inside of this slim orange channel. So that tells me the prices look to be moving up higher still. So right now I'd be looking for the bottom side of this range first. So that's around the high 41 level, low 42 level. And then if we don't find any resistance there, there's a good chance of reaching the highs of the range at the mid 40s. So that would be my two targets currently. I mean, eventually price might come back to this level right over here, because that was a strong breakout that we have not tested, which is right around the 57 level. So we could get that in the future. But as right now, since that's so far away, I mean, we got to look at the more recent price action first. Let's see how it reacts around these two targets that I have. I'm looking for continuation towards the high 41 and then the mid 40s. So specifically 45, 46. So those are my two targets that I'm looking at. So that's all I have on the daily chart. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart to wrap it all up. So here's the weekly chart for KRE, and let's go over the past price action again. So we had this uptrend in play. After we get a break of a channel, we expect two attempts at the previous extreme, which is right over here at the 72.84 level. So prices made one leg up right here. This was the second leg up. Prices could not meet the second leg, which led to a large sell-off, and also that sell-off went back below this resistance level. So this 65 level was a very strong resistance, and then prices started finding support. Then we saw this very strong push below it, then it started finding resistance, just could not go any higher, and that's what led to that crash down too. Let me go and draw this yellow ranging pattern. Now prices start selling off. So since we're far away from the EMA, it looks like prices are just trying to pull back to it. So like I said, that's where that mid 40s, possibly even high 40s comes into play, just because we're so extended from the EMA, and it looks like this would be a good time to hit it. especially because we bounced off of this prior support right over here. But the stronger support is a little bit lower, but we don't have to come all the way back down over here, because if you look at the entire picture, prices are making higher highs, higher lows. So we had a low point, higher low, higher low. This low is a little bit lower than the previous one, but again, this low right here is higher than this one right here, so it's still making higher lows. There's still a upward trajectory to this price action. So it looks like we're getting a bounce for being overextended, and a good example of what I'm expecting to occur is something right over here from about December 2018 to about June of 2020. It was a very similar kind of pattern. So you can see this range right here. I'll go ahead and make it yellow so it's very similar to the one that we're getting right now. So we had this yellow range, and you can see how there was these massive red bars that broke outside of the range, just like what we got in the past. It went down, got overextended from the EMA, and then it came back right to it. So we saw that pullback to it. So same thing can occur over here. That's what I'm expecting. So that's what it looks like we can get. It's not guaranteed. We could just go up a little bit more, get rejected from the low 40s, and then drop down lower. But I think just the higher probability of what price could do is continue to retrace back to that EMA. So that's all I have for KRE on the daily and weekly charts. Basically just looking for a pullback towards the EMA. Very ranging pattern. You can see that we're still trading at the same price level as in 2014, 2015. So even though we see these moves up and down, basically it's just a ranging pattern. So right now, since we're near the lows of the range, there's a good chance we see prices continue to move higher, at least in the short term. So that's all I have for KRE. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time. The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now.